Hi, welcome back. Hey, welcome back to Sister Poochie. Just as promised, I've got one of those extraordinary people who are out there doing their thing on a positive note, spreading love, living their life to the fullest. I want everybody to welcome Moshe from Moshe's Writer Through. Moshe, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Hotep.
Okay. All right.
Sister, people
right.
out there.
Okay.
It's a pleasure being here.
I'm glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Now I'm going to turn it over and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're all about.
Well, me being Moshe, in certain width and ways, I'm a poet, I'm a writer, spoken word artist. Some people, by my form of expression, they say I'm rapping, I'm an actor, this and that. But with all those labels, I just said so you can really feel who I am from the outside, but within I don't have any labels, meaning that I just come with self-expression, and through my self-expression I get that self-expression through my life's experiences. And also I have a writers group, and with my writers group I started this project Moshe over the summer, where I help young adults and teenagers be self-expression with themselves through my experience and teaching them, and so they can learn how to create on their own, be innovative and also intuitive with things, you know, as far as presenting themselves in life and creating something other than that, the skills that's already naturally within them. So with that, I'm also navigating here and there, presenting myself, teaching, and also performing, and I have many things to come in the future.
Okay, and you know, one of the things that stands out of what you're saying is how you're trying to kind of give back, you know, and have people not go through, you know, what you had to go through. Maybe they can learn something from your experiences, you know, back in the day. I'm not that old, and I keep saying I put my real age out there, but way back in the day, we used to sit as storytellers. We used to sit around and talk to each other and tell each other about our experience, and we actually used to listen.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, that's so important, and I applaud you for that, for going back and trying to give back, so somebody coming up behind you will know something that maybe, you know, can save them from going through an experience with that.
Yeah, and through this, my experiences that was like 3 lifetimes of the Book of Job.
Okay.
And a lot of people know about the Book of Job.
Yeah.
But I will say, through these experiences, I learned a lesson through life. And I want to share this to everyone out there, that whatever you're going through is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Because that's something meant to happen. Because if it didn't happen, you won't learn yourself, and you won't learn what's going on outside of yourself.
Exactly.
So with that said, you know, that's how I go about. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And when I say me, meaning the physical me, it got everything to do with the spirit and soul me upon everyone else, because we all connected in the spirit and soul.
Right.
But when it comes to the flesh, we kind of like, you know, disarray, and I don't know about this and that.
Right.
We kind of look at the truth. You know, some people say truth is stranger than fiction, because when we look at it, it's like, no, that can't be. No, I never saw that before. I never heard that. So, you know, it must be strange, crazy, whatever.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I go back to Noah building the ark, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring you people who are actually living, you know, it's one thing to know the word, right, but to live the word is what God wants us to do. Live it now, today. Live the word. And I see you living the word in your life so much because of what you're saying as far as the physical, you know. You're trying to find out that spiritual part of who you are, because we were spirit before we were physical, and then we go back to spirit. So, you know, that's pretty cool that you've already connected up to that. How have you seen that help you?
How seen that help me? Through my experiences and through what I learned, other than waiting on someone else to give it to me. Because even though it's great that a lot of people are part of certain societies, groups, this and that, it's always something you can learn from that. But do you stay there if you keep on getting the same thing?
Right.
It's to help you break some type of mold within yourself to search and have the zeal and integrity. Is like, ask questions. It's something more to this.
Right.
But the thing is, what happens is that we have to go through certain trials and tribulations to really get it. Mm-hmm. A lot of us go through trials and tribulations and keep living the same thing because we still suffering pain instead of getting the lesson learned from it.
Right.
So once we get the lesson learned, we can get that knowledge and then become become something, being something ain't got nothing to do, again, with what you got. Who are you?
Yeah,
your personality, ego,
yeah,
and this and that. I mean, it's a lot of ego stuff in that. I mean, and people out there don't get offended by this. It's all to help break you out of that mold, because this world where we living right now is, you can easily get trapped in the mold.
Absolutely, and you're going to get on that rat race, and you don't know how to get back. That's why I said, that the world doesn't really offer us peace, because we never do anything right. I mean, if you look at the world, it keeps changing for one thing. You look at the television, and what was in yesterday is not in today, and they dictate, they just tell us exactly what to do and where to shop and what to buy and what's new, and you got to have the iPod, and you got to have the Hummer, and you got to have this, and you got to have that. And all of a sudden we lose our own self-will to think for ourselves. Even as a minister, I always tell people, no matter what I'm saying to you, verify it.
Right.
Learn for yourself. I want a revolving door. Okay, I want people to come in, pick up something, and go forth, my son.
Right.
Go for it.
And with that, I said, search for yourself, because I even throw a few books out there as far as the history of our people that a lot of our people don't know about. The thing is, it's just like when Black History Month comes, we always talk about the slavery, the same thing, regurgitating. But a lot of these children is like questioning teachers, like, man, was it anything else? But it's a couple of books. There's a book called White Gold by Giles Milton. White gold is the slavery trade of 1 million white slaves. And most people be like, white slaves, what? It was an actual white slaves that been traded on the west coast of Africa and the town of Saleh and Morocco or Mauritania, whichever one you want to choose. And there's also another book called They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima. You got another one, African Presence and the Americas. I forgot the author name. And dealing with the slavery in America, you can try They Were White and They Were Slaves. By Michael Hoffman.
Because what happens is we begin to just only buy into what has been taught to us, and we don't try to seek the truth. Of course, I'm a minister of the gospel of Christ, and He's the truth and the way and the light. But as we're of the world, but we're not in the world. When we talk about spirit, and what you're bringing out is like, we keep replaying the same track over in our head, and and what you think you are. If you thought that's all you were as a slave, and you were the only person who was a slave, and nothing ever happened to anybody else, therefore I have an excuse not to do anything. Come on, I love it. Read, get knowledgeable. Right,
it's just like this song I got out that's been played, heavily on WKKC 89.3. That's a college radio station called Stupid Music. And the thing is that what I express is something that's just real, and have people really read between the lines, like, man, it's a decent tune and stuff like that, and force people to actually listen to the lyrics, because we listen to songs, but we never actually heed to the lyrics. So in my own wit and way, I help people actually realize what's going on.
Yeah, because you can get into a beat, and I found that, and I'm just bumping down the street and getting into the beat. But all that stuff is going into your mind, and I'm like, what did you just say? Wait a minute, I'm bumping to, go out and shoot, blood on my chest, and I'm like, wait a minute, nice beat, horrible message, okay?
And people got to understand through this, the essence of this is a certain, I hate to use the programmer, but it's a certain rhythmic fashion through your spirit. If you keep on hearing it, then it goes down into your psyche, and then all of a sudden you can't help. You're like, I hate that song, but it keep playing in your head and stuff like that.
Right. And as a man thinketh, so he is. Okay, so if anybody want to talk to you further, want to come check you out, or just connect with you, give them the contact information.
The contact information, you can catch me by the email, which is navigator9, that's nvgtr9@gmail.com. You can find my CD and my book, CD, In Tons of Fire Amongst the Water. Also, my book is The Mind and the Times of Moses, Diverse Light, Universal Love versus Harsh Reality. You can buy my music at megabox.com. That's MGABOXX.com. And also find my book at the Book Joint, 9229 South Jeffrey Boulevard, or the Underground, 716-29.